The Nose Snatcher. Once upon a time, in a kingdom not very far away, lived a wicked old man that they called the Nose Snatcher. The Nose Snatcher had grey hair and a grey beard, and some people said he looked like an old tennis ball that had lost its bounce. Maybe that was why he didn't like children making a racket. Now this wicked old man was very grumpy and nasty, and he lived on top of a mountain that overlooked a town called Newport. 3 times a year the nose catcher would swoop down to the town, and in the dead of night he would steal the noses from children as they were sleeping. The nose catcher would only steal from the children who picked their nose and ate it. Nom, 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 nom. But what he did with all these noses, no one was quite sure. In fact, no one knows. One morning, Gethin woke up with an itchy nose and felt like he needed to sneeze. "Ah!" he said, but he couldn't sneeze. He couldn't sneeze at all. The Nose Snatcher had stolen his nose. He looked in the mirror, and there it was, gone. He checked again. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth, but no nose. "Mum, Mum, my nose is gone," he shouted. His mum came running up the stairs. "Well, there's a thing," his mum said, looking at the place on his face where the nose had been just the night before. "Mum, I have no nose," Gethin said. "How do I smell?" Gethin's mum sniffed the boy. "Terrible," she said. But Gethin was having none of it. "It's not fair," he said. "I can't go to school with no nose. I'm going to climb the mountain and get my nose back." So Gethin's mum phoned the school and told them that Gethin had a nose job to do and he wouldn't be in school. And she packed Gethin a crisp sandwich for the journey. Crisp sandwiches were Gethin's favourite sandwich, so he set off with a smile on his face, even though there was no nose. The mountain was tall and hard to climb, and Gethin was tired out. It was difficult to breathe with no nose, especially when you had a mouthful of bread and cheese and onion crisps. But Gethin was determined to get his nose back. He wasn't going to blow it now. Eventually he reached the front door and he looked for the bell. But there wasn't a bell. There was just a honker. So he honked the honker and waited. The door swung open and the old man with the tennis ball head stood in front of Gethin. Gethin had never seen someone who looked so much like a tennis ball in all his life. The old man even had the word Slazenger tattooed on his forehead. "What do you want?" the old man said in his evil voice. "I want to know why you steal children's noses," Gethin said. He was trying to be brave, but he was shaking inside. "You nosy little boy," the man said. "Listen, mister, little boys and little girls need their noses. You can't go around stealing them. I want my nose back." "If you can answer 3 questions, I will give you your nose back," the man said. "Okay," said Gethin. He was a clever boy and he knew he could answer questions, as long as the questions were sneezy. "Why is a nose like a cheap padlock?" the old man said. Why is a nose like a cheap padlock?" Gethin said. Easy. Because they are easy to pick," Gethin replied. Said the old man. "That's right. Okay, question 2. How is a nose like a big poo?" Ooh, Gethin said. How is a nose like a big pool? Because both of them smell, Gethin said, as quick as a flash. Ugh, said the old man. Okay, question 3. Why is a nose like a soft-boiled egg? The grumpy man said. Oh, Gethin didn't know. Why was a nose like a soft-boiled egg? Gethin thought and thought. He'd got the first 2 questions right, but now he didn't know the answer to question 3. Because they are both runny, Gethin said. Yes, I got them right. The old man stamped his foot in indignation. It's not fair, he said. Give me back my nose, Gethin said. You promised. Okay, the noses are in that trunk. The Nose Snatcher pointed to the trunk in the corner of the room. Pick your nose. Ha ha, Gethin said. I thought you didn't like us picking our noses. Gethin opened the trunk to find hundreds of noses, big ones, small ones, ugly ones and pretty ones. When the Nose Snatcher wasn't looking, he grabbed them all and put them in his bag. Then he ran away, running down the mountain and back to the town. In the town, people cheered and clapped as Gethin gave them all their noses back, until there was only one left. Whose nose is this? Gethin said, but no one answered. Someone knows whose nose, Gethin said, but still silence. No one knows whose nose, Gethin said. Then everyone pointed at Gethin. It's yours, they said. In all the excitement, Gethin had quite forgotten he didn't have his nose back.